2 years ago, I was offered a deal to become one of the biggest models in the industry, to get to the level of Chico, Shauna Pry, all these really big people, because the connection I made all of these people famous. And I know some inside information about the industry that no one else really knows. Now, I did not take this deal because unfortunately it actually cost too much for me to want to give up. I feel like recently, especially with the looks maxing community blowing up, everyone is hyping up all these models. Everyone kind of wants to become a male model these days, but you don't actually know what it takes to get to the top. So today I'm going to break down the different tiers of the modeling industry and kind of reveal how you can get into it if you want to, but also why I never chose to. Without further ado, let's get it. The past couple years, all of these different industries have been getting exposed. So you have all of the celebrities, the actors, Hollywood, all the A-listers. They've been doing some really sketchy stuff to get to the top. Look at Justin Bieber, all these singers. There's always initiations. There's always weird things that you actually have to do to get to the top because the people who run this industry. And for some reason, this has not really been exposed enough, man. The modeling industry is literally just like any other industry, man. The singers, the actors, and then the models, same initiations. Before we break it down, if you want to actually become a male model, the first step is actually to get scouted. So most agencies really don't care if you're applying to become a model with them, you send in these photos, anything like that. They only really work with the models who get scouted to become a model. So the only way to do this is to perfect your aesthetic, get the male model physique, the male model haircut, get your skin on point, and then you got to make yourself exposed. You got to get out there. You need to be posting on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube, everything, so these photographers can see you, so these agent scouts can see you. If you actually want to get noticed, man, just taking your photos, just trying to become a model is not enough. And at the worst case, even if they don't sign you, you still have the look, the aesthetic of a top tier male model, even if they don't want to work with you. We essentially have three different tiers of modeling that you can do. So tier number one is going to be the bottom of the barrel. This is going to be 90% of the modeling industry. So this is going to be the guys, they go to every single casting. They take a whole bunch of small jobs just pretty much everywhere, and they're really, really busy. But the issue is with this tier of modeling is that it really doesn't make you very much money, man. With how much time you're going to castings, because at one point or another I was going to castings like on a daily basis, and it wastes like the entire day. You might get one job a week, one job every 2 weeks, but you don't get paid to go to those castings, but you're working as if you are getting paid. So most of these models really do not make very much money for how much they're actually working their butt off to do it. And I don't think you guys actually realize how difficult it actually is to go to all these castings, to actually do the posing and everything, because it's not easy to pose. It's not easy to do all that, man. You have to do everything naturally. You have to look super confident. You have to do everything to your best ability, which the average person, even if they have the looks, they probably don't have the ability to do that. And tier number two of the modeling industry, this is actually going to be my favorite and kind of what I've been cherry picking off the past couple of years. So this is going to be getting jobs, more mid-tier jobs, without doing any casting. So for example, last month I was flown out to Bali. I was paid only 1.5K, but all expenses paid, and it was only like a 3-hour job. I took a couple photos and then I left. So this is going to be an example of a great modeling job because you don't have to sacrifice anything. There's no weird strings, no weird connections. And for me, what I love about modeling is that it's really good to boost authority, especially if I'm on here on YouTube telling you guys how to look more attractive, how to become the best version of yourself. But actually being a professional model adds the authority that I actually know what I'm talking about. It's like someone giving fitness advice, but they're not a certified trainer, which I am as well. But I always believe in authority. So anytime if you're going to try to give advice on the internet, anything like that, I advise you to at least have a little bit of authority backing what you're saying. Now, this tier of modeling probably actually makes a little bit less than tier one, but you're working way less. You might get one job a month, 2 jobs a month, but that's it. You don't go to any castings. You're only working a couple hours out of the month for a couple $1,000s extra money, and you get to say that you're a male model. So like I said, this is my favorite tier. Above this is going to be the big leagues. This is going to be the Shauna Pry's, the Chicos, the Jordan Barretts. This is going to be pretty much the A-list male models. And obviously, there's some in-between and there's some gray area, but even with the gray area, there's going to be weird stuff. Now, to get these big jobs, to get signed with these big agencies, you need a couple of things. First of all, you need a huge social media following. You look at VNY agencies right now, one of the biggest agencies, they list your TikTok followers. They list your Instagram followers. So if you want to become a model, I swear to you, man, building your social media is going to be more beneficial than applying to all these different agencies, doing all of this. So that's going to be step number one. You need the following. And step number two, you have to make the right connections. But here's the issue, man. Just like all these other industries, typically they want something from you. And a lot of times it might not even align with your personal views, your morals, your sexuality. And to get jobs, to get signed, you need to be willing to do things. And I'm not willing to do those things, but I'm not judging you, man. If you want to do these things, you can do it. Most of it's not illegal, but I will say that a lot of these models, they were scouted when they were underage. So you need to question some things about this industry. Sometimes you'll go to photo shoots and there's a really creepy photographer and he might be doing some weird things in the shoot, man. So you just got to be very cautious of what you're doing. So if you do actually want to become a model, I advise you to stick to tier 2. Get the looks, get the aesthetic, get scouted, and use it for authority while actually building your other stuff. Which I'm going to tell you exactly what to do if you have the male model looks in this video as well. But first of all, you do actually need the physical dimensions as well. So the perfect height for modeling is going to be 6 foot to 6'3". Now if you struggle with this, if you struggle with your height, you're a little bit shorter than this, it will be hugely beneficial if you can increase the height just a little bit. Now height growth is actually only 60 to 80% genetic, 20 to 40% environmental, meaning that you can control a lot and try to get into that window best you can. Now the number one reason most people don't optimize their height growth potential is because nutrient deficiencies. 92% of Americans across all social classes are deficient in basic vitamins and minerals, which is going to shut down the IGF-1 human growth hormone, which will close those growth plates. So you need to pick up Titan Growth 2.0, which contains 500 to 1000% of all your daily required nutrients so that you can optimize your height growth. Available on kalosique.com, my website. And don't forget, guys, I'm just now opening up my new coaching program. So if you want to start looks maxing, building the physique of a male model, Greek god, look freaking aesthetic, work with me one-on-one. Link in the description box or kalosique.com/pages/coaching. I've worked with over 1,000 clients as a certified trainer to help them build their dream body. I want you to be next. Don't forget to join Kalos VIP. This is my school of looks maxing with my 3-hour looks maxing masterclass, 2-hour high growth masterclass. Right now, I've got the female nature masterclass. Join right now. Link in the description. Weight in the physique is also going to be a huge part of the physical aspect as well. So for me in modeling, I'm actually too tall to be a male model. I'm 6'6". I lie to them. I say I'm 190 centimeters or 6'3". I get caught every now and then. And most of all, whenever I go to a job and I actually try on the clothes and I'm way bigger than the clothes, they're coming way up on my sleeves. They're like, okay, something's off here. You lied to us. And I've lost a lot of jobs because of that, man. My height has been one of the biggest roadblocks in the modeling industry. And the next thing is you need the physique. Most male models are very lean. I would say between 6 to 10% body fat. They're typically not going to be above single digits. You got to be very shredded, but you need muscle in the right places, like the shoulders, the upper chest. You need a really good six-pack. But the muscles they don't care about is going to be the legs, back, and the traps. Most of all because those will interfere with your ability to fit into clothing. It's not really the male model aesthetic. Like if your lats are just huge, you can't fit in a lot of clothes. And then if the legs are too big, you can't fit into a lot of jeans. So you want to be careful with your different measurements, everything. If you're watching this, you want to know how to optimize your looks to make money because you want to be a male model. What I would advise to you is to kind of do something similar to what I've done. So stick to tier 2 so you get really good jobs. Like I've worked for Bose, Polo, Nike, and then some of the biggest fashion brands in Thailand like CPS Chaps, Jaspal, which they are huge in Thailand. They're in all the biggest malls, everything, and I've done campaigns for them. So you don't have to be one of the biggest male models, sell your soul, all this stuff just to do well in the industry. Then I would use your authority and all of your extra free time to build a business that is going to use your looks in some way. I've always said that if you're attractive, you should find something that actually works with your attraction. You know, modeling does very well with this, but there are different things you can do. You can even do mid-tier acting. It's the same thing. If you don't go all the way to the top, you don't have to do anything crazy. You can do influencing. Influencing can make you a lot of money. You can do sales. There is so much freaking stuff that you can do. So if you're watching this, your dream is to become a male model, I would highly advise you to not put all your hopes and dreams into it unless you're willing to sacrifice what you actually need to, and then start making smart investments for the future so that you can use your looks to your best advantage, man. We all have a set of cards. If you're more attractive, you've been been looks maxing. You have got this advantage. You need to use it to your best ability, man. Subscribe if you're new. Love you with all my heart. Peace.